What's up everyone? Last night we said bye to the NSYNC band member in the form of Chris Kirkpatrick, and a brand new HOH is being crowned which has shocked the Big Brother viewers. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Now folks, right before we get started, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We are so incredibly close to 11,000 subscribers, so I would just appreciate if y'all could hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't already, hit the like button as well, because it literally takes 2 seconds to do so. Helps me out so much. And hit the bell icon as well, please, folks. Alright, let's jump into the HOH results, and in true Big Brother style, I'm going to dramatise this one and drag it out. Okay, so, the first person to fall off the wall was Lamar. So, Lamar will not be the head of household this week. Okay, second to fall off the wall was Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia will not be head of household this week. I know a lot of you will have known the results already, so you're thinking, Tom, just say the answer. But no, I'm going to drag it out. Okay, the next person to fall off the wall was Todd Bridges. Todd will not be head of household this week. So we're down to the final three of Shayna, Carson and Todrick. The next person to fall off the wall was Shayna. Shayna will not be head of household this week. We're down to two. It's the bitter enemies who have basically expressed that they want to get each other out at certain points during the season. We've got Carson Cresley versus Todrick Hall, who is going to be head of household. The first person to fall off the wall was... it was Todrick. Congratulations, Carson Cresley. You are the new HOH. This is incredible news, if you ask me. I'm just remarkably flabbergasted and mind blown. I'm just very, very happy. It was, in my opinion, the perfect way to start the weekend. And I'm over the moon about it. And it's not actively because I want Todrick out. That is a factor because I'm not a huge fan of Todrick. I always split game and personal lore when I do it on here, and I always express my personal feelings as well as game, so I'm not trashing Todrick on a game level. I was just happy Carson won on a personal level. I really wasn't. I know a lot of you guys are as well. Don't be afraid to show it. Let me know in the comment section how you're feeling about Carson as the new HOH. Just celebrate. I want the comment section to become a celebration today. Just a party central celebration of Carson becoming the head of household. Because I did tweet out yesterday, and I stand by this. I truly can't remember the last time Big Brother fans were collectively as happy for a new head of household. I truly can't. Even in last season, you know, when Derek X won and whatever, people were still kind of torn because people had favourites on both sides of the house and everything like that, whereas this time it's extremely weighted to one side, and people really seem to like Carson and Cynthia because they just seem like nice people, and I love that. It's wholesome and it's fun and it's nice. So as I said, folks, turn the comment section, please. This isn't me trying to drive comments either. I just want to feel the party vibes today. Turn the comment section into party central to celebrate Carson becoming the head of household. Okay, now a very important deal to note that was made on the wall was between Todrick and Carson. Todrick basically tried to strike up a deal with Carson just before he fell off the wall and said, look, Carson, promise to not put me up this week and I'm going down. Carson promised. Todrick jumped off the wall, so Carson now has a deal with Todrick to not put him up on the block. Whether he's going to stick to that, we shall see. I think he will stick to the deal. Hear me out. So Carson basically, as soon as he got off the wall, he went to speak to Cynthia and said, look, great that we won. I did make a deal with Todrick. I told him I'm not going to put him up, so we'll see what happens there. However, he is planning on targeting Todrick's partner in crime, Misha. So and also we'll talk about who he's going to put up alongside her very shortly. So that's an interesting one. I'm very fascinated in knowing if word's going to get out over the next couple of days that Todrick has been gunning so hard to get Carson out, whether Carson's going to go, oh, I need to put him up on the block and get him out, you know, or I need to, you know, the veto needs to be won and let's get him up and out the door, because for Carson's game, it's probably best to get rid of Todrick. Misha, again, there's not much difference. I would say it's probably best to get rid of Todrick, but there's like a tiny difference in the benefits of taking Todrick out versus Misha. Very different benefits, I would say. You can weigh them out, but the benefits equal up to the same amount, roughly. Slightly more Todrick, because Todrick's been pushing for Carson more so than Misha. Misha has indeed put Carson on the block. Misha can win a lot of comps, so you could make the argument that Misha is more important to take out. But either way, he's targeting that side of the house, and he's going to try and chip away at one number. And I really hope he doesn't back out. Carson doesn't seem like the kind of guy to do that. I think he's going to try and either take out Misha and slim chance of Todrick. And if that goes, you know, over people's heads and it doesn't work, then he'll probably try and take Todd out, basically ensuring that somebody from that side of the house is a goner, giving them a little bit of a step up going into next week. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on who you would like to see him target, whether that be Todrick, Misha, Todd, anybody in the house. Could be Cynthia. He's not going to do that, but it could be. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on who you would like him to target. Now, a very entertaining moment in the night was, I didn't actually catch this on the live feeds, I saw this on Twitter, so thank you to the account, whoever uploaded that, I can't remember who it was between Carson and Cynthia, and I believe it was Shayna, and Carson was, talking about the nomination ceremony, saying he's looking forward to giving the speech, and he was going, I'm going to go like this, I'm sorry I've had to put you on the block. It's not personal. It's all game. You are the biggest threat in here. It's an honour, really. And he just jumped from that side to that side so fast, and he had Shayna and Cynthia laughing their heads off, and I laughed as well when I saw it. And I saw a lot of people were on Twitter. I love how he's having fun with it. Todrick's gunning so hard to get him out, and Carson's just like having a laugh, and he's sticking with, in my opinion, the real people in the house. And that's no shade to Lamar, because I know Lamar is totally real as well. He's just not necessarily as tight with them. Cynthia and Shane both seem quite real. Todd is an interesting one. I would say Todd's real, but he's just kind of on the wrong side of the power of the people who have been quite malicious in the way that they've spoken about other people. Not necessarily saying they're playing a bad game, because that side of the house are playing a killer game right now. They are doing well. They've won all the comps, and they're making the moves. They've pretty much got every single person out so far. But on a personal level, like on a social level, they are not doing very well at all because of the way they've spoken about other people. Physically, though, they are dominating this competition. But yeah, I just thought that was a nice moment between Carson, Cynthia, and Shayna. Veto talk already, and this was between Carson and Todrick, basically saying, Todrick said to him, look, I thank you for honouring the deal, and he's not going to nominate. And of course, we know in Big Brother, when you say you're not going to nominate someone, that means you're not going to nominate them initially. It can mean that you can put them up as the back door. So Todrick said, I understand, if I'm the person that has to go up as the replacement nom, because I realise you're not going to have much choice. So that's going to be interesting. I would say if Misha wins the veto, then Todrick could go up, but also there was talk later of, I think Shayna was saying to Carson, you need to make a deal with Todrick to not use the veto or whatever, and basically if Misha was to use it, then Lamar goes up to ensure that Todd goes out the door. There was all these names getting thrown around. Basically it's the rotation of Misha, Todrick, Lamar and Todd. Lamar being safe probably in all cases. Personally, what I would like to see is if Misha was to win the veto, then Todrick needs to go up just to ensure that one of them goes out the door, or it's a waste of a HOH. But it's not, because you're getting Todd out. There's arguments for both sides. I literally talk myself into one thing there, then talk myself out of it. You've got to be so analytical in this game as a viewer and as a house guest, more so as a house guest, of course. But I think I'm just weighing up all the different sides of things. It would be less of a waste if they took out Misha or Todrick. If they took out Todd, it's not a waste, but they've got rid of a number on that side, so they've gained a little bit of control. But it's probably just going to be, congratulations Misha, you are the new head of household again next week, and then it's just a little bit of history repeating itself, a little bit of deja vu for us all, which I'm sure a lot of us don't want. But yeah, I don't know. I think the veto is going to be the interesting part this week, because we can talk all we want about the nominations initially, but it's really going to come down to the veto this week on who's going to go out the door and who's going to stay in the house to fight for another day. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you're all happy with the HOH result. I know some of you won't be, but I'm guessing probably about 95% of you will be, which is brilliant. It's just so wonderful for the Big Brother fans. It's such a community in which people are extremely controversial sometimes, and they butt heads frequently. There's a lot of arguments and there's a lot of disagreements, and it's nice to know that for once there'll never be a situation in which all of us will be happy, but for a situation in which probably 95% of us will be happy, I'll take that any day of the week. Just over the moon. Brilliant way to start the weekend. Carson Kressley is the HOH, folks. Celebrate. Celebrate, 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 because we don't know the next time this is going to come round. We might not get it for the rest of the season. We might not get it for Big Brother 24. Who knows when we're next going to get this. So celebrate and enjoy the moment, folks. Enjoy. Live in the moment. That's my campaigning and promotion aside of Carson Cressley. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on how you feel about the new head of household, who you would like to see Carson nominate, and who would you like to see evicted this week. Yeah, there wasn't an awful lot of strategy talk apart from that. I pretty much covered all of it. Carson got his head of household room at the end of the night, and bada bing, bada boom. That's it. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single last one of you. I hope that you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. That is really, really important. Be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.